Hello everybody, we are the Geeks and Degenerates for another episode of All Cut Up, The Mandalorian Season 3. I am Enzo, this is my forever co-host John. And yeah, despite how mixed the season was, I would say this is a solid finale for Season 3.
Okay, we're just giving up our score just like that.
Yeah, because I have nothing else to say. Bye guys. No.
Bye, ciao. You find me at John JOM on Instagram.
You can Delphos995 on Twitter. Bye. No. But yeah, I just want to say that off the bat because like I was so worried of like, please be a good ending.
Please be a good ending. Like the whole fucking time we were watching it from episode 1 to 4.
Yeah.
I was like, shit. Don't tell me this is where Mando starts to sing.
Yeah.
And it was, and then they picked it back up because they started, giving us the stories we want to know.
The reason why we're here, like, why is Mando doing all these things?
Yeah, like, also, the build-up. Oh, no, I get it. But why did they have to have a whole fucking episode?
Of the Doctor?
Yeah.
Which hasn't paid off till now?
No, it did pay off because we got
the answer
of
what he... Yeah.
Yeah, why Moff Gideon wanted it.
Yeah.
And, oh, by the way, Moff Gideon's cloning himself.
Yeah,
why? But okay.
Before we get to that, we do pick up where we last left off of like, Vaz is gone and Mando's in deep trouble. What do we do now? But Grogu thankfully shaves him and the rest of the Mandos are safe in like this garden, just waiting for the armor to bring reinforcements while Axis Wolf is going up to the ship. Again, needs a better name.
Wasn't it Axel Wolf?
Axel Wolf? Axis Wolf? Please give yourself a better name.
It's just funny. But the guy's a boss though. Like that scene of him like going up into the clouds.
Yeah.
And it's like there's rain. I'm like, that guy's badass.
Yeah.
So a Mandalorian suit is sealed tight. Like,
I didn't know until now. I'm like,
same here, because I thought it was just cloth. Like, no, for some, I guess they could go out into space with just willy-nilly. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, like I was watching it, I was like, I guess he can go to space.
Yeah.
Who knew?
So he goes into space, warns everybody that's in the cruiser, like, hey, they're coming in with TIE fighters. Let's get to the what do you call it?
The base. The Imperial base.
No, like they're like little ships that they use for cargo.
Troop carriers?
Yeah. Like, let's get to the troop carriers. I'll distract them as much as I can.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I thought Axel Wolf this was gonna be the end for Axel Wolf.
I thought it was gonna be the end for a lot of characters. I was like, oh well, I guess
it was the end for a lot of characters.
I mean, on the
did you see the number of like Mandalorians that were left after Bo-Katan ran into Moff Gideon? I was like, oh shit! There's only like 7 of them left when they came in with probably 30.
Yeah. Though at the beginning, I was like, where's the armor? I hope those rumors aren't true that she's a spy. Where is the armor?
Oh yeah. Like they're saying that she was a spy and shit.
Yeah.
I don't know where that came from. Like, why?
Though we do get an amazing sequence with the Mandalorian while he's trying to look for Gideon and Gideon's looking for him. Like, he goes to that room with, like, the Beskar stormtroopers and you have, like, the Phantom Menace lasers, too. And he's just taking them out with a knife. We're like, yeah, these people have seen John Wick. And we're like, we can do that, too.
I was about to say the same thing. I was like, this is... They took this from straight out of John Wick.
Yeah.
What the fuck? And I love it. I'm not shitting on Mandalorian for doing that because I'm like finally they did it. Where they had enemies with an equal amount of armor.
Yeah.
So they have to shoot them like God knows how many times.
Yeah.
I was like, that's just so fucking badass. And they did a lot of power sliding. Like in this episode.
I didn't ever think I would see like a Star Wars character throw a knife at another character and then the knife is here and he starts choking. I was like, oh man, if this is John Wick, he'd be spraying blood everywhere.
I love that little bit of detail where he in the the Phantom Menace scene where where he kills one of the guys, the one where he stabs his throat. He falls down. He tries to grab his gun, but misses it.
Yeah, it's like,
Damn it!
fuck. Meanwhile, like R5 is like trying to open the lasers, and like he's stuck because of the mouse drawers, and like, come on, R5, R5, R5. He's like, I'm trying. Fucking mouse
I
drawers.
love that though. It's just by level and level. Like, like Mando would tell him like, open another door.
Yeah.
Like he would start out with a knife. Once he passes that, he has a shield. After he passes that, he has like that electric baton thing. After that, he gets the gun. I'm like, this is so fucking good.
It's like
I
a game.
love this shit so much.
It's like a level of Sifu or Hades, where we're like, oh cool, I got a power up. I hope I don't die in the next one.
And I don't know. I gotta rewatch this episode. The choreography that they did for this episode was just so fun.
Do you like the moment when the armor is like, Lady Boca gun crease on your left, and then she flies in with more reinforcements? You're like, oh yeah. And then they start charging, and Bo's just like leading the way. You're like, fuck yeah.
With the sword, I was like, ah, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I love that shit. I can't get over Mandalorians coming in with jetpacks. I was like, so this is what Mandalorians were like when they were at the peak of their civilization.
Yeah. And like when they're
like,
closing in, Bo is just like ready to go. We're like, hell yeah. So is the armorer. And Sasha Banks.
Didn't even come in with guns. She came in with her fucking tools. And then like she's flying. She's like, Levi from Attack on Titan. I'm like,
Sasha Banks had a couple of moments you're like, not bad for the cousin of Snoop Dogg.
oh yeah.
Yeah. And then we get round 2 with Moff Gideon and Jin the Jaren, where it's like, you destroyed my clones. I was making them perfect. I was making them so that they could wield the Force. I was like, they can do that? What the fuck?
Yeah. Also, did you notice that Moff Gideon is suddenly very OP?
Right?
I think it's an exoskeleton. What is it?
Like,
because I hear robotic sounds when he moves his arms.
Probably like Jin couldn't even get a proper shot, and you're like, what the hell is this shit?
Yeah. Why do you keep saying Jin?
Sorry, Jin. Din the Jaren.
Yeah. I was like, what the?
Sorry.
She's dead.
Then the Jaren can't even get a proper shot, and you're like, why? How are you supposed to beat Gideon this time?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, wait, are we like missing some stuff?
We're just missing the
by the
jump
way,
scare.
Skinny Pete's not dead. I can rest easy knowing the fact that he's not dead.
Yeah.
Because he's one of my like favorite
characters.
Mandalorian design.
Yeah,
I don't know about character because we didn't get much.
Character design for Mando. Like, yeah, Skinny Pete lives.
Yeah. No, but yeah. So we get into that big like aerial fight. I love the aerial fight. My brother was like, how effective are they in aerial combat? I'm like, they practically invented it.
The first person perspective that one stormtrooper gets bodied by the armor, like, holy fuck.
Yeah, I love it every time like hammer goes down into a helmet. You just hear and like the guy's just down. Like, sure, it's Beskar, but you're like an egg inside of a metal tin.
Yeah, and like when Bo sees that Dan needs help, like she rushes and she stabs one fucker behind. You're like, holy fuck.
Yeah. At least we know it can go through Beskar.
Yeah, but then it's surrounded by Moff Gideon and the Praetorian guards, and then Grogu's like, hold on, Dad, I got this. You're like, please don't.
No, you don't.
Please don't.
He didn't have it.
He didn't, but he had fun doing it. He's just jumping around. Like, you can't catch me, suckers.
Yeah.
Like, please don't take one of Pedro's kids from us. He still has Ellie to deal with. Who knows how that will end. But yeah, I do like the combo of Din and Grogu working together with like Din with his Mando combat and Grogu using the Force to like just have a chance against the Praetorian guards. Like, that makes sense.
Yeah, like Grogu would be support. Like if there's Praetorian guard sneaking up on like Din Djarin, he would stop him. Just to give him a bit of time.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just...
You're like, if only all Star Wars scenes involving the Praetorian Guards were like this. Where you feel like the stakes are like these two characters could die any moment.
By the way, I had to. I had to lower the speed for the fight scene with the Praetorian Guards, and none of them were not swinging around like God knows what at the background, just doing whatever, waiting for somebody
To
to start their cue. No, I mean that's what a choreographer is supposed to do. Is that they gotta look busy even though nothing's happening. But here, this was choreographed so well
I didn't even notice.
that you will even notice, or they were actually doing something while Din Djarin's taking care of another person.
Good to know that Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni take feedback of like, oh, that's why they didn't like the Last Jedi fight. All right.
Yeah, as cool as it looked, once you start slowing it down and you see the problems, you can't unsee it.
It's like Rey's right is open, or like Kylo and Rey are open. They're doing nothing.
Yeah, like there's so many chances for them to die.
Yeah.
That they don't, then it takes us out of the story.
Yeah. Anyway,
But here it makes sense.
I love how Moff Gideon has like a Darth Maul double staff thing. You're like, oh shit, and then when he tells like Bo-Katan like, give me the Darksaber, and I will give you a warrior's death. And you know that's like a diss on like Satine who didn't die a warrior's death. You're like, oh, you motherfucker. All right.
Yeah.
But neither of them can get a proper shot. You're like, how is he supposed to end it?
I don't know, but here comes Axel Wolf. Like the Chad he is, I'm starting to like his name because he did this fucking move. Because like he's coming in, he's like, oh okay, crashing the fucking cruiser down into that little hole.
Yeah.
Everybody's trying to evacuate because they see the thing coming, and I was like, oh, this guy's gonna die. I was like, wait, he has a jetpack. Blows up the window and just ejects himself. I was like,
Hell yeah.
Smart. There's no unnecessary sacrifices. No warrior's death kind of bullshit. Nah, he crashed that thing. Bam! And then you just see Moff Gideon like...
I was so worried going the triple threat between Grogu, Bo, and Din. I was like, please don't let any of these people die. Because like when Bo is rushing, Moff Gideon is like, please protect your face. Please put your guard up.
Yeah, like when did she take off her helmet again?
I don't know. She's like rushing in. I was like, please don't get shot. Please, Disney, do not fridge another redhead. You already did that with Black Widow. Please don't do it. God, if you did that with Bo, people would riot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would love for Star Wars to keep Bo for a bit.
Yeah, I don't know if, since you're not on Twitter, people were like worried, like, oh, since Disney already fridged one redhead, will they fridge another redhead? And the answer is no. They could, but for now, the answer is no. You're like, thank God. Again, I love the triple team of like Grogu just using the Force to throw him off Gideon off his balance, and he gets us like, oh, you fucker. Throws away his staff. He's like, fuck. I guess this is my end. And he goes down. Like, I hope they're not like, oh, Moff Gideon had a spare clone because this was the perfect end for a villain like him.
No, it is not the end for Moff. If I don't see a body, he ain't dead.
But if there's Moff Gideon, how do you make room for Tron?
Hey, how cool would it be if
What do you mean you didn't see a
this-
body? His body just disintegrated. It's like, yeah, he's not Anakin.
But he had the fucking armor on!
Sure, but like, we have... Fine.
Homie. For sure, he's gonna be like burnt up and shit. But he has the armor. I don't think that's like, oh, we'll waste.
Giancarlo Esposito.
Yeah, just like that. Because he's such a threat to
Mando.
Mando's life that I'm like he has to be a reoccurring villain. You can't just kill him off just like this.
That's true. But yeah, Grogu protects them from the fire like a Groot deal of like, his adopted parents, he's keeping them safe. What a sweet plan.
Yeah, or he has the Force and that's shielding. By the way, imagine how cool it would be with Thrawn and then either second in command or the guy he needs shit done
It's Moff Gideon.
Moff Gideon. And Moff Gideon comes in with like the fucking Mandalorian armor. I'm like, oh!
That'd be pretty sick.
Again, I cannot wait for the hot toys that I cannot afford.
But yeah, we do get a happy ending, like, well, bittersweet ending for like Ragnar Vizsla, because he gets to be a Mandalorian and he has to carry his family's name. You're like, I hope you don't meet the fate of your forefathers, but I'm sure you'll do fine.
Isn't that what they want, though?
True, but you're like, ugh, I'm attached to them.
Not attached to Ragnar.
You don't know. Maybe in
Stupid
season
name.
7 you will be like, ah, no, the kid got blown up. No. Anyway,
Kid gets decapitated.
it keeps happening to House Vista. No.
Yeah.
But then it's like, can Grogu be a Mandalorian? It's like he doesn't have any parents to give the approval. It's like, well, I'll adopt him. It's like, all right, he is now Din Grogu, and you're like, Din's a title? I thought it was his name.
Same. I guess Jaren is his first name.
The Jaren? Like, I guess. What the fuck?
Right, same here. I'm like, so your name's not Din. Because the whole time we've been calling you Din. It's actually Jaren.
The more you know. I don't.
Yeah, they're doing this whole Japanese way of like saying names where they put the last name at the front.
Yeah.
First name at the back.
Anyway, and then Grogu feels the Mythosaur, and the Mythosaur is like, yeah, I feel you too, buddy. And then we go to the forge where it's lit up, and they're just like, for Mandalore! For Mandalore! Like, this is one hell of a closing for this arc of Mandalore. And like, it's weird. It's not like they could have had their own show, and the Mandalorian could have his own show, so he wouldn't be wasting fucking time, but beggars can't be choosers, I guess.
Yeah. This was Bo-Katan show 3/4.
Yeah. And then the Jaren goes to the New Republic guy, and it's like, can I just take New Republic contracts? He's like, okay, sure, it's illegal.
Oh, well, okay, it wasn't that easy. It was like, you can't really do that. It was like, it's a good deal. And it's like, you need me. And I'm like, okay, he's right.
I would like to take that head as payment. And it's IG. I want an IG droid, and then he makes it into a IG. What was it again? 12?
I think it's still IG-11.
IG-11.
Yeah, but this time he became the warden, not sheriff.
Yeah, of Navarro.
I say that's a perfect thing to have.
Yeah.
You have a sheriff that you could fix just in case he gets damaged in doing his job.
Yeah, it's not like Cad Bane can take him out easily, unlike cowboy guy in Boba Fett. But yeah, this is it ends so perfectly for Mando and Grogu. You're like, where do you go from here? It feels like the conclusion of Mando's story.
Yeah, no, but now I am I will accept if Jaren would just be going around space and doing contract work, and that's again, our monster of the week. What's his next adventure? How does he train Grogu? It doesn't have to be a big quest from point A to point B anymore. It could be the build up. Excuse me, the build up for the fight between rebels and Thrawn. And since Din is on, Jaren is on Rebellion's hotline, he could be like, "Hey, we have a problem. Can you come here?" And then he joins in with Ahsoka and the rest from Rebels, and he's on call. So go.
I wouldn't mind him popping in season 1 of Ahsoka of hey, the Jaren, we need some help with Thrawn. He's like, all right, what do you need? Like, yeah. But yeah, what would you rate season 3 of The Mandalorian? It's hard, right?
It is hard because the score that I want to give it seems fair, but at the same time, after seeing a couple of episodes, it's tough. It's a 50-50. There's 4 shitty episodes, and then there's 4 really, really good ones. So you can't I feel like the 4 episodes are really good, made up for the shitty episodes.
Hmm.
I just wish those didn't exist, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we could have just lived without it. You could have opened up with the whole situation with Bo-Katan and them trying to retake Mandalore, and instead of giving screen time to Imperial Soldier number whatever and scientist dude number whatever, you could have just put all your focus on Giancarlo Esposito's character, which was, I feel like, was a waste. Like, I would have loved to have seen him more besides him being in a room.
Yeah.
And then we get the final fight. You know my dogs?
No. What dogs?
Okay.
I know you have dogs,
Okay.
but I can hear them.
No, they're quite loud, but at least it doesn't get picked up. Anyway, I have to give this one. I don't know what to give it. I'm like,
Do you want me to give a number first? It makes you feel comfortable that way?
okay. No, okay. I'm giving it a 6.5 out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like that's fair because it is a 50-50 split. 4 bad episodes, 4 good ones. You could have lived without these ones, but that's such a waste of time. Like, you could have had, like, you could have focused on other characters besides these useless ones that we're never going to see again. Sure, it was build-up, but it was And then we could see what they could do without the restriction from Disney. That's what John Favreau said, that, season 3 was like, I could do whatever I want with this.
Oh, okay.
So,
If I was just being leaning towards, like, I love Star Wars and everything Star Wars, I would probably give this an 8. But, like, since we've been doing this show for quite a while, I mean, Geeks and Degenerate for a while, I have to be fair. I'll also give this a 6. It's average. It's an average season, unfortunately. Like, 4 episodes of, like, I will never see Christopher Lloyd again, nor Jack Black or Lizzo. Probably never. If we're being honest. I'll probably...
but those were good episodes, though.
True, but, like, I just felt like, we're doing favors for our friends. But it's fine. Like, I wish we didn't waste so much time on being like, we'll just go to this episode. We don't really know what the plot is. And then to the next one, we don't really know what the plot is. To, like, the final 4 episodes of, like, we're going to retake Mandalore. Like, fucking finally.
Right? Like, this could have been the whole fucking story, but you could have went more in depth with the nomad Mandalorians.
Yeah. But yeah, 6 out of 10. Unfortunately, this is my least favorite season of The Mandalorian. Aside from the conclusion, like, that's one of my favorites. Like, my favorite conclusion to any of the Mandalorian season is still, Luke coming in and saving the day. Like, to be fair, that was during the height of lockdown too. So like, there is light at the end of this tunnel. This stupid fucking tunnel got locked down. But yeah, if I'm being honest, 6 out of 10. It's a good season. I'll give it that.
Okay.
Yeah, what rating would you give Mandalorian season 3? I'm talking to the audience. Is it 6? Is it 9? Is it 10? If it's 10, I would like to have that conversation, because that is an interesting conversation to be had. But if you want to see more of us, please continue to like our videos, subscribe to us, and ding the bell icon to get notified of when we upload next. We're also on Spotify and TikTok. TikTok to see our best and funniest moments, Spotify to hear us on the go. Individually, you can find me at Dolphus1995 on Twitter. How about you?
You can find me at John J on Instagram. That is my name.
And it will be a while till we have another all caught up. I don't know what series we'll do next, to be honest. It's either Secret Invasion, definitely Ahsoka, and definitely Loki Season 2. But aside from that...
maybe we could give anime a chance. Fuck.
Alright.
Can't just be all Star Wars.
Alright, we'll give anime a chance. Let's do that. We have the Boys spin-off too. We're going back to the Boys, yay! No. But yeah, until then, we'll see you on the next one. Bye.
So.